Okay, I think we're back. There we go. Yeah, okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna start this all over, guys. We're gonna start this all over. Just a second, we're gonna get everything, everything going. Okay. All right. Let chat, like my social medias, know we're back. Today is apparently a day for scuff. Okay. All right. Let's go. So we're just going to basically start off from the beginning again here, and yeah. So we are playing demos today. Today is going to be an interesting demo day. We have White Knuckle, Little Corner, and Death and Faeology. White Knuckle was suggested to me from a frequent chatter here and friend in the Discord named Marshman. But so, White Knuckle is a first-person roguelite speed climbing game. Ascend through the guts of Substructure 17 using precision movement mechanics. Sharp reflexes and resource management will bring you out from under 10,000 meters of concrete and decay. It's overwhelmingly positive on Steam. It's got early access. I'll be sharing the links to these games in my Discord and, of course, editing stuff later so that everybody can go check these out. It is controller compatible for those curious. Also, it is Steam Deck compatible. It's a parkour first-person horror game, but thank you. Hi, Raven. I'm good. I'm good. A little scuff, but we're good. I'm excited to play White Knuckle today. But I will warn you guys, it's gonna get sweaty. It's gonna get a little spicy. Um, that's why I was like, ooh, I'm gonna mark this as mature audiences because you guys are definitely going to hear me swear. Uh, so it's gonna be some fun. Am I okay? Yeah, no, I'm totally okay. Just had some scuff. I think what happened, okay. So I think what happened was, um, when I come up here to stream, I currently am using my laptop for gaming, and when I come up to my room to stream, I have to plug in to the internet. I don't use the Wi-Fi because I want things to be chill. But it automatically puts it's like, "Oh, we see you've plugged into the internet on this computer. Here, let's turn on the VPN." Which cool, thanks for protecting me. But also Twitch and the VPN do not play nice. And it messes with my stream quality. It messes with my connection, and Twitch just likes to be like, nah, no. And so that's what I think happened is I noted that it was on and I turned it off, but while I was still connected with my stream, and it just it was like, no, we're not playing this, and just totally kept me connected but didn't connect me back all the way, which is rude. Pretty fucking rude if you ask me. So, but we're back now. We've got everything up and running. Right? So I noticed, so I was sitting here and I was already running the tutorial for White Knuckle, and I looked down at the app on my phone and I was like, why isn't the video showing up on my phone? Like, I should be able to see it. And that's when I knew something was wrong. So, huh. But yeah, we're all good now. We're all good. Everything is everything's Gucci, as the kids would say. I think they're saying, I don't know. Keeping up with slang can be a lot. But yeah. I am good. I am glad people are filtering back in. I always get worried when that happens. I will be honest. I get worried that, like, I'll come back in and nobody will show back up. But it is all good now. And we got this game to play. And I'm excited for it. So let us pull White Knuckle back up. I had to completely lock out of the game. At least I have the video fixed now. Alright. So, already like this from the start. I dig the music. Oh, hello! Combat Cat! I love how it says you were last playing Infinity Nikki, because that's what you were last playing on your streams, but I know you've been doing a lot over on YouTube with Dead by Daylight. I like seeing your gameplay from that. All right. So yeah, we're gonna get into this. We're gonna do the tutorial first, just so I can learn what I'm doing. I did do some of the tutorial, but I'm gonna go through this first.
Hello, future maintenance worker.
I forgot
Welcome
she talks.
to the substructure 17 maintenance traversal exam. This exam will test your navigational and problem-solving capabilities to ensure that you are capable of accessing even remote parts of the substructure.
Okay, it's given portal. All right, so basic movement. We've got move, we've got jump, and we've got sprint, which is that. All right. So mantling is this. We are able to hold stuff by holding down the left and right trigger, and once grabbed, we move forward to pull ourselves up. So. Whoop. And this can also allow us to climb with handholds. So same thing. Also, they're all usually red. So, like, that's a good indicator for... Oh my god. There we go. Woo! As you can see, the hands change color depending on how long you're holding. You know what? I want to try something. I just want to see. So yeah, the longer you're holding on to something, the redder your hands turn. And I assume... Oh. Oh! Oh, geez. Okay, well, we've got a pretty... We're gonna let those hands turn a little white. I guess that's why they call this white knuckle, because the redder your hands turn. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So it promotes you needing to be quick. So now we got point to point. We basically got to jump from here to there. And so climbing challenges often require traversing from point to point, handhold to handhold. Follow the handholds here, and don't forget, you can mantle on ledges, so... Oof. Okay. Okay, it might help if you hit the mantling, if you hit the gravity grabbers first. I tell myself. And that's what we're calling our hands today, gravity grabbers. I did too, Thorn River. I did too. They felt like they were gonna explode. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay, okay. I'm never gonna get out of the tutorial. Jesus. That wasn't jumping, that was just running off the ledge. Okay. Oh. I also, what people probably did not hear because the stream wasn't doing its thing. I have vertigo. Oh. And I get motion sick real easy. I've taken something for it. Oh, I was holding on to something. I've taken something for it before starting, but I have to be careful either way. And if I was doing the thing. Fuck. And if I find myself getting too, like, dizzy while playing this, I will have to tap out a little early, but that is why we have only one game. Goodness. Okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna lock in here just for a second. No! No, 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 no. God damn it. Okay, there we go. I was like, I knew I got over that earlier. Alright, momentum. It's important to use momentum to your advantage. Jump to this hanging pole while readying your hands. Once on it, swing back, then swing forward and release with a jump to fly further. Okay. Well, that didn't. Okay, maybe if we get a run jump? If I can run jump correctly, goodness. Alright. Doot, doot. Maybe if I climb with more than one hand. This is not very Ninja Warrior, I wouldn't say. There we go. And failed it. gonna... There we go. Excellent. What do we have here? Note how your hands auto-grab the pole while ready. If you ever find yourself falling down, ready your hands and hope that you can grab something in time. Oh. Okay. Dislike that. Alright. Though, it is good to know that, like, if my hands are in the ready position... Alright, don't forget you can mantle. Yeah, no, I got that. I got that. Ooh. Okay, stamina. Notice that your hands will gradually turn red as you climb. Holding onto surfaces will drain your stamina, and you will lose your grip when your stamina runs out. Each hand will regain stamina when it's not holding on to a handhold. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh, oh, fuck. I didn't account for the falling in this game. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Fuck my life. Yeah, I have a fear of falling. I have a fear of falling in high places, and it triggers regardless of what I'm doing. Like, I'm sitting in a chair right now, but to my brain is like, no, we're up too high. No, we're up too high and we're gonna fall. We're gonna fall, we're gonna die. And I'm just like, no, 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 no. This isn't real. This is imaginary. And my brain is like, no, 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 no. Oh, fuck. Now. Okay, 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 okay. I'm not gonna make it out of the tutorial. Oh my god. Don't fall. Yeah, no, that's... It's like, That's like... That's like going into somebody playing Dead by Daylight Combat Cat and being like, don't die. Just don't die. That's all you gotta do, right? Easier said than done. But you never die. Yeah, but how often do you play Survivor? Oh my god. Alright, 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 cool, 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 cool. Take a drink of water. Oh, that's how you know I'm getting agitated. When I'm agitated, like, or frustrated, I'm just like, I'm gonna sing about it. Okay. Exactly! Exactly. Okay. Alright. This is gonna drive me nuts, but we're gonna... Motherfucker! trail. Oh. Okay, what if, because I saw this ledge here. What if I... Mm. Try. I let go too soon. I let go too soon. Whew. This is gonna make my knuckles turn white. Jesus. Oh, fuck me. My trigger fingers. My trigger fingers are gonna be angry. This is why I picked like point and click things after this, because I know my controller, my hands for my controller are just gonna be done. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Hands turn white. What am I missing here? What am I missing here? Other than the ledge itself. Sure. Hit me. You mean that one? Okay. Fuck. Ah. Oh. Okay, 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 okay. The hands do their thing. I take a break, I try to catch the Stratini. Better fucking catch it. I swear to God. Okay. Some water. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Okay. Nope. Ah, that angle. I can't seem to get that angle. And like, I think I have the gist of the tutorial. I say when there's like probably like... Heck yeah, I caught that Dratini. I got something. Yeah, you know what? We're just play the game. Let's just play the game. Alright. So this, our stats. items we can take. I don't. I do not like that there is a stat for roaches crushed. That that's not my favorite. Just escape. Oh. Oh no. Okay, okay. Uh,
Alert. Lambda biosignatures detected in long-term storage facility.
okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. How far did we get? We got 64.9 meters, guys. Ah. You know, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. Try that again. Oh, I don't like that at all. Wow. Oh, okay, here we go. Nope. Oh, okay, 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 okay. What's this? What's this? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Well, wow, I am just whiffing. Okay.
Surveillance systems at 12% functionality. Many sectors remain unmonitored. Proceed with caution.
What the fuck is that? Oh no. Okay, alright. Nope. Oof. If I can climb alternative hands, I don't know how. Oh. Oh. Ah ha ha ha. Oh boy, okay. I think we're gonna give it one more run because my hands are literally ready to revolt. And as much as I'm enjoying this, oh, I can't let my hands like go down that path. I I will ache for weeks. I won't be able to. I probably wouldn't be able to play the rest of the weekend. Oh, and like we have to take care of ourselves, and sometimes it's better to stop what we're doing rather than continue on. So yeah, I figure I could try this one more time. Like it's fun. It's definitely fun, and maybe if I didn't have the hand issues that I do, I'd enjoy it more. Or I'd be able to go longer because I'm not enjoying it. Okay, interesting. Every time you play this, it changes itself up. So you never get used to the same map. Okay, that's really cool. I think that that's a really neat touch. Nope. Man, the thing gurgling in the background, I dislike that. Man. Oh, there's a handhold like right here. Also, Combat Cat, if I can alternate hands, I probably still couldn't do it. Like, in real life, my hand-eye coordination is garbage. Like, if this were a real situation that I had to get myself out of, nah, I'd become one with that mass. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Speaking of, good. No. No, no. No, fuck no, hell no. Please, please no. Well. This is some bullshit. Now! Oh my god. Ooh. Ooh, boy. Oh yeah, no, my hands are angry. Okay. Nah. We gotta move on, guys. As much as I would love to continue giving this game a shot, uh you can't see it, but my hands are a little red. Uh so we are gonna pop out. That was fun. I would definitely give the game a shot uh another time when I know my hands are feeling a little bit better, or maybe I'll give it a shot via keyboard at some time. But it does not seem to be a game I can play personally on controller for long. So if you too have hand issues, be it like carpal tunnel or just fatigue, anything like that, it's not a game I'd necessarily suggest. I think one of the reasons why I definitely had to stop is a few months ago I dislocated my thumb, and that still takes a while to heal, and it's not quite the best. That's why I have to be careful with controller games. But yeah, no, White Knuckle was fun. So we're gonna edit the stream info to move on to our next game. We've got Little Corners coming up next. So Little Corners is described as peel, place, and arrange stickers across tiny windows into different worlds. Relax and unwind to lo-fi beats, collect unique stickers, and share your cozy creations with the world. So this is definitely going to be a bit of whiplash from the thing. I can probably remove the vulgarity warning. So let's open up Little Corners. Oh, geez, my adrenaline is up, guys. Like, yikes. Woof. Okay. Let's get into this. Uh, already, I like the music. It's nice and chill. Okay. So let's go and check out Little Corners. Looks like we've got corner select, choose a corner to start decorating. So we've got the Alchemist's Lab and the Astronomer's Tower. Ooh, 220 stickers. Okay. Oh. Try the tutorial? Okay. Tutorial, learn how to play. Welcome to Little Corners. Little Corners is a cozy sticker sandbox where creativity is the name of the game. Using the simple tools provided, you'll craft delightful scenes using charming stickers. There are no rules, no timers, and no pressure. Oh, after the game we just played, woof. Just a relaxing experience that allows you to chill out, be creative, and make something beautiful. As a general rule, when building a corner, we recommend to think big before small. Begin with the stuff like architectural features or furnitures, then sprinkle in the tiny props for that perfect touch. And a handy tip, it helps to build from the back of your scene to the front. That makes sense. So each corner has its own sticker set, grouped and organized in a logical order. Use the arrows to flip through the pages and find the perfect pieces of your creation. Oh, we can flip the stickers. Nice. Okay. Can change the order of a sticker. Ooh, okay. Layer order, love that. Need to tweak things. You can change options. Okay. I like how we've all just decided that this is called the burger icon. Like, collectively. Change the music tracks. Customize the background. Ooh, you can show it off. I like taking screenshots. Okay. Well, let's start here. Think. Oh, okay, okay. These two little windows, I'm gonna put them here. Actually, move that window here. There we go, yeah. Okay, we're gonna come back for all that little stuff. Ooh. Okay, okay, okay. Everybody needs a trap cellar place. You know what? I don't think I want that window. I'm gonna put that window back. Ooh, actually, you know, I love a good tiered, like, shelf system. That looks cute. this is fun. This is kind of fun and cute. Trying to figure out everything you want to do here. Like, can you just put the stickers back anywhere? There we go, that looks much better. Apparently. I want all the storage space. Who doesn't? Like, storage space is vital. I have a vision. We're gonna trust the process here. Built-in shelving. There we go. You know, I want the big table. Also, the trapdoor's still there, just hidden. Hidden. We're telling a story here, guys. Okay. It's not for the fun part. Filling in everything. gonna make sure this is all on the right layer. Okay, okay. I don't like that things don't feel like they fit on the bookshelf all that easily. Like, that's just a personal thing. Okay, fine. Be cranky about that. Okay, that's okay. You kind of gotta, like, get the perspectives. Which, I wouldn't say that it's my strong suit. Like, that's why you play around with it. Oop, wrong thing. I do like the little details. The details are my favorite. That looks cute. So it's clear one, a green one, and a purple one for good measure. I wish things kind of locked into place. That would be nice. I don't know why the cheese is just going there. Oh. Look at, okay, wait, ooh. I forgot that these were back here. You can just shelf. 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 That is so useful. Put these back here. Oh, yeah, no, this is all coming together. That's so much better. Where did I put that little... Yes, I put the little table is where I put it. Ah, that's so cute. And really, you can just... No. This is a semi-messy alchemist. I've decided. There we go. See, this is cute. This is pretty cute. I like how at this point, like, I've got everything settled. I can just fill in spots here. Just looks cozy and lived in. Yeah, I like that. I think that's cute. It tells a story. Anything else I wanna put down? Oh, I think that's cute. I think we're gonna take a screenshot. All right. Whew. Let's see. We've got the this game is called Little Corners. It is a very chill game where you basically get to build a little corner of a room, a building. And the last one we did that was the Alchemist. This one is the Alchemist something. The Alchemist Lab, and this is Astronomy Tower. Let's see what we got here. Ooh. Okay. First things first, curtains. Actually, like these little wall sconces. The candles can go. It's just more my vibe. I love candles. Yeah, basically, yeah, kind of like interior decoration. You get to kind of mess with that stuff. You kind of have to play with everything, see what room you give yourself. It's not a great lounge without a cat. You'd think work would be getting done in here. You'd think. Cute little stack. Need more of those candles is what I need. If the cat gets a comfy seat, the snake gets a comfy seat. Them's the rules. That's better. I think you can just kind of like, so long as you can find a place that it sits well, you can add pretty much anything. I like that. I think that's cute. We're gonna take that photo. Okay, this was cute. This is a nice way to come down after White Knuckle. Yeah, little corners. That's pretty cute. I'm definitely going to wishlist that on Steam. And, you know, if you are a fan of things like Stardew Valley or A Little to the Left, this will also be a game that you will probably enjoy. I highly recommend checking out the demo. If you do, I'd love to see what you create. That would be fantastic. I will share my mine later in the Discord. Looks like we might actually get to 4 games today. I'm not sure what the 4th one will be. But really quickly, we are gonna just stop for a quick break here. I do need to run to the restroom. So please go get a snack, get some hydration for yourself, have a little stretch, and whatnot. I will be right back, guys. All right, I am back. So now we are going to get into Death and Faeology. This one caught my attention because I like all things Fae, like some of my favorite lore and like mythology and supernatural stuff to get into. So, Death and Faeology. In a sinister world where I'm reading like jumping sentences. In a world where the Fae touched fall prey to a sinister killer, only a Faeologist can uncover the truth. A dark academia murder mystery visual novel with supernatural cases, interactive investigation, romanceable characters, and multiple endings set in the roaring 20s New York. So, this is a visual novel, detective, it's got some noir themes. No set date yet for when it will be out, but I'm excited about it. So yeah, let's jump into this one. Oh, y'all, I stood up to leave the room and the muscles in my like upper arms hurt from everything with White Knuckle. Like that worked my hands and muscle like just my arms in general. Like that game was not messing around at all. God damn. It was putting me through my paces, I'll tell you what. Oh, all right. Let's get in to this. Whew. My room is a little cold today, and that's why all the yawning. It's been a while since I've played a visual novel. Oh, gotta tell the thing to capture it. So this seems to be the prologue. Already, I absolutely adore the vibes. Uh, the picture on here is beautiful. The music is very like it's gentle, but you can definitely feel the darker undertones to it. Yes. Alrighty, this is gonna be a favorite. It's definitely gonna make it onto my I will have to buy it. Alright, so we head into a new game. What is your name? Her name is Aurora. Grading first-year assignments can be such an exercise in patience. I ought to remind myself that Faeology is a relatively recent science, only a couple of decades old. This university, the only Faeology university in the whole country, was just finished being built in 1905. It is still barely acknowledged in the academic field. More importantly, I've got to keep in mind that children inherit their parents' prejudices and misconceptions. The human world has formed its own notion of fairies. Alas, I find myself unable to suppress a big sigh every time I read references to poison apples ushering princesses into eternal sleep. A reference to the Pottingly fairies is one I can understand, since it was quite the sensation not too long ago. Although it would be clear in the eyes of renowned phaeologists that the photographs are mere imitations. A pity that Sir Doyle was taken in by it. I ought to take a break. The grading session today has taken me quite a tangent. My beloved Oz. Oh, pretty. I suppose having a fairy companion does give one an advantage in identifying genuine fairies. I'd say a break is in order, wouldn't you, Oz? Oz responds through trills that I've learned to interpret over the decades I've known them. The Cottingley fairies again? Yes, and Princess's eternal slumber due to poison apples. We don't much care for human princesses, but making poisoned apples is rather an easy feat. Shall I turn one of them into a toad in front of the whole class to show that the Fae folk is capable of more than that? At the same time, showing them that not all fairies are a friendly bunch. Oh, I like Oz already. I can't help but chuckle at the thought of that. I believe some might just quit that same day if you do that. Besides, if other Faeologists get a hold of your existence, who knows what they'll do to you? Chances are high, most people will try to pin you to a corkboard and vivisect you. I would never let that happen. Oz, I've always appreciated you pursuing Faeology to ensure that. This is the least I could do. We've known each other since I was 7. You've saved me countless times since then. Well, you could have let me bleed to death when you found me. I would never. I can hear a delightful melody of chirps laced with a touch of whimsy, which makes me feel just a tad dizzy. It seems that even the laugh of a fairy possesses some magical quality. While you're on a break, isn't there something else on your agenda this afternoon? Right, Mr. Henkel's letter. Thanks for reminding me. I retrieved the letter from my patron from a desk drawer. I lean back on my chair and read the missive aloud to myself. Dear Aurora, how long are you going to keep me in suspense? Will you or will you not accompany me to this year's Leos Gala? You could do a lot worse than forgetting your boring books for a moment in favor of whiling away an evening with champagne and canapes and invigorating company. And when I say invigorating, I'm not speaking of those old sods with deep pockets ready to be exploited by way of funding grants for your research. I'm speaking, of course, of yours truly. Do write me some time before Saturday. That's tomorrow's date, isn't it? Oh, I know. My delay in responding is entirely by design, I assure you. I'd hate to be getting the looks from the crowd like I'm a wet blanket. Faeology isn't worth my dough, they say. Oz's replying chirp is decidedly indignant. I nod to Oz in agreement before returning to Mr. Henkel's letter. In other news, I've heard that little Ruthie Blythe caused a minor ruckus in the city's hottest speakeasy. If your old friend Detective Krauss hadn't been in the area at the time as well, who knows what could have happened? I find myself rather perturbed at this revelation. I would have telephoned Ruthie and asked what the story was like when we were children. However, for better or for worse, we aren't on friendly terms anymore. I resume reading my patron's letter. Pause for a second because I absolutely realized that we didn't change the game in Twitch, and that would confuse people. Okay, there we go. I resume reading my patron's letter. Speaking of the detective, have you two been keeping in contact? He gave me the cold shoulder when I crossed paths with him at last week's benefit. I couldn't help assuming that his persistently frosty treatment of me might have had something to do with you. It's unfortunate that the extensive bonds you have with him should end in a rather bitter taste. As you have told me more than once, when it was good, there was nothing else quite like it. Yet you speak very little of him now, and I find myself wondering if he still holds a place in that guarded heart of yours. The letter is signed, Yours Everlasting, Oscar Henkel. Well, I've kept Mr. Henkel waiting long enough. I press a pen to a fresh sheet of paper to commence crafting a response. Just then, a familiar rhythmic rapping pierces the silence. I glance in the direction of Oz, but they're nowhere to be seen. Oz must have camouflaged themselves in a heartbeat. I put Mr. Henkel's letter in the drawer before calling out. Come in, Minnie. My assistant enters the office. She's careful to snap the door shut behind her. Professor? Yes, Minnie. Were you talking to yourself again? That's right, you know me. I see. Sometimes I wonder what she must have thought while hearing the mumbling sounds of me speaking with Oz. But she knows when not to poke her nose into things. One of the things I like about her, and also what makes her the bee's knees when it comes to being an assistant. Ooh, I like the addition of slang. Okay. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he's here. Who? That police detective from the newspapers. Police detective? Even as I echo these two words, there's a sinking feeling in my stomach. You know, the man who made you crumple the papers and toss them in the trash can. In the end, we had to stop our subscriptions for the dailies. Detective Theodore Kraus? Yes, that's the one. Knowing Theo is here makes my world go momentarily off kilt. It's as if, by the magic of the fairy tales I'm a line, the ink in my patron's letter has manifested him into the reception area. Can't you tell him that I'm out delivering a lecture on the far side of campus or something? That depends. Is a lie like that going to deter this man? An astute question. She is truly wise beyond her years. Probably not. He'd happily traverse the entire campus just to torment me, I'm guessing. All right, let him in. With a brisk nod, Minnie returns to the reception area. I barely have time for a steadying breath before Theo barges in. Jesus, man, okay. Fuck. Wasn't expecting that. Wow, someone's got an attitude, okay. He drops a box on my desk right off the bat. Oh, he looks angry. He's not happy. I want to know more about what happened with these two. What is this? Why is he in my office? Well, look who the cat dragged in. Not even a how do you do. What? Do niceties suddenly mean something to you? I seem to recall you packing your bags and moving out without so much as a goodbye. Ooh. Yikes. Wow, okay. Okay. There was no one to say goodbye to. Didn't you find out I left only a few days later? At least it made it easier for you to leave, didn't it? Ooh. Okay, if he's a romanceable character, I'm immediately like, yes? What if? Because... There's a tinge of hurt in his voice that I'm only able to pick up because we lived together for several months. As my mouth struggles to catch the words hanging in the air, I feel the piercing, icy silence creeping in. I ought to break the silence before I freeze. What's in the box? He lets out a deep sigh that sounds like relief. Your things that somehow you didn't take with you when you left, even that oddly crafted handkerchief you loved so much. That handkerchief was a gift for you. I see the corner of his mouth twitch. He's lying. What should I do with this information? Oh, did he come here with a bunch of stuff just to see us? Aww. What? What do we do? I want to check the box. Oh my god, bro. I quickly stretch out my hand to the box, yet he is just as fast in catching my wrist before I can open it. I withdraw my hand from his grip swiftly, like a startled bird soaring into the sky. It truly caught me off guard. I'd forgotten what his hand feels like. I was only kidding, although you haven't really changed much, have you? Ooh, not that smirk! God damn! I want to slap him. I have a type, y'all. I have a type, and it's insufferable. Ugh. No one can judge me. It's okay, you can judge me a little. You just went straight for it. He sounds amused and slightly pleased, as if he just confirmed the accuracy of one of his deductions. Neither have you. I threw all of it away after you vanished, he says with a subtle squint in his left eye, another lying tell of his. Hello, Concussive Lemonades. You have walked into Death and Faeology. We're checking out the demo of that. It is a interesting visual novel with a detective 1920s noir setting. We play as a Faeologist, so there is some supernatural things to it as well. Currently, we're meeting one of the characters, Theodore Kraus, who has a interesting background with us, the main character. Clearly, they lived together for a few months, maybe had a past, like, romantic relationship that didn't quite work out, and currently we are dealing with one another. And I am, of course, drawn to the dark, grumpy one, because I just have a type. Can't help but sigh at his antics. Of course you did. So what's really in the box? Want to take a guess? I do have an idea. Knowing him, he'd sooner face the whole Al Capone gang by himself and take their bullets before coming to visit me. Ooh. Is this set in Chicago? I'm interested. Okay. This must be way more important than our poignant history. Case evidence? I've seen boxes like this one before, but never one quite so large. This is a really big case, isn't it? He nods. Biggest of my career. And to come to me of all people, you must be at your wit's end about this. He looks away as if trying to hide how galling the circumstances at hand are. Truth be told, I'd rather face the whole Al Capone gang and take their bullets than have to see you again. Aw, sweetie. Gee, that stings a little. It stings. I think it's hilarious, but that's just me. So, why would you... Hold on a minute. You think this has some sort of connection to fairies? He flicks his tongue in exasperation. Oh my, it seems I've hit the bullseye. We stopped talking about fairies at some point when we were still together. Those talks always led to heated discussions and then into arguments, because nothing I could say could change his skepticism towards mystical beings. Right? It does. That's why it does sound amazing. It really does, and that's why it drew my attention so quickly. So I'm really enjoying, like, even just this little part of the story so far. I'm hoping to see what else we see in this prologue will be good, because I will definitely wishlist it and probably play it on stream. This is certainly the chance to tease him about it, though it might be unwise considering the emotional peril he must have gone through to get here. What should I do next? I want to tease him, but we're going to ask him his thoughts. I know this must be hard for you, but I can't help if you don't say anything. He sighs. You're right. As difficult as this is to admit, the things you've told me before about fairies and whatnot might have helped to make sense of this case. But I have to say, for the sake of my sanity, I still don't believe they exist. Fair enough. He appears pleasantly surprised by my answer, as though he was expecting a quarrel right around the corner. Little did he know, I've learned that it's moot to try to explain the otherworldly beings to him. So what makes this case so significant? Why do you think it's related to fairies? Are you even allowed to tell me? I hear the sound of a chuckle under his breath like a bolt from the blue. For a brief moment, his gaze on mine seems to revert to how it used to be, until the seriousness returns to his face. First things first, since I'm the leading the investigation, I do have some discretion on what details to divulge and to whom. That is, if the confidant can bring value to the investigation. And I've known you for a fact that you can be discreet. I've noticed some of the language seems a bit off. Just a little bit. I feel like it could use a little bit of proofreading. But other than that, so far so good. Still, I must ask your sworn secrecy on this matter. You got it. So tell me about the case. Why does it seem to be of paramount importance? It's a multiple murder case, potentially perpetrated by a single culprit. The victims are chiefly middle-aged women residing north of the city. They're from old money families, the types that make regular appearances at high society events. I see. No wonder you're all tensed up. You're telling me. The chief took me off every other case and insisted I put all my time and effort into this. It's only a matter of time until the press catches wind and makes a circus of everything. And with some of the victims' peculiar manners of death, he pauses. This is where the fairies came in. He silently stares, then sighs. I swear I must be losing my mind. You've got this. Now he draws in a long, deep breath. 3 of the victims had a manner of death that the unit has never seen or heard of before. The strange case is the one where the body seemingly hardened into bony tissue overnight. How can something be bony and tissue? Her corpse almost looks like a carved wooden statue. Oh, I've heard of something like that before. We're just like, that's like a Tuesday. Of course you have. I frown at him. Don't start now. He clears his throat abashedly. Without finding out what caused these deaths, and more importantly who did this, the press could spin the stories out of control. I don't want to imagine the looks on the victims' families' faces if and when the papers are making a razz of these poor women's deaths. Besides, what kind of depraved, sick bastard goes around murdering women in such a way? This city's already running on fumes, crimes becoming more rampant day by day. People shouldn't have to look over their shoulder every night. It's no way to live. Even as he lapses into silence, I say nothing. It's not just the city. The rise in crime is bleeding him dry too. Yet I'm unsure what words could soothe those who are fighting it on the front line. I've never been where they are. The frown lines between his eyebrows grow deeper. You know, considering the victim's background, having these murders being exaggerated in the papers would pressure the families to insist on closing the case as soon as possible, no matter the cost, no matter who's to blame. You're right. Innocent people are going to bear the brunt for this. This is a terrible situation. I feel my stomach churning. My arms cross on instinct, trying to hold my own disquietude in place. Is there anything you can do? I'm just one man. Try as I might, I can't keep those rotten police brass from lining their pockets. Ooh, we got some corrupt cops. Okay. Nothing but a pack of lowlives in high places. Yes! Okay. Alright. He exhales sharply. I'm loving the music. The music is such a vibe so far. He exhales sharply, his voice laced with contempt. Then he fell into silence yet again. Similarly, words have seemed to have abandoned me, as I can't shake this feeling of helplessness crawling under my skin. After a minute, he meets my eyes once more. Well, you're a good listener. Better than most. He curls his lips into an almost smile. I don't mind it at all. Thanks. He clears his throat once more. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. This box includes case files, crime scene photos, a couple of blood samples which I was able to request to bring to you, and several other pieces of evidence. Other than the strange manner of death I've said, forensics was puzzled too by the blood samples. How so? One of them doesn't contain iron. That's interesting. Nothing surprises you, does it? Well, about this peculiarity, I'd bring up something from my fairy books, but you'd always find a way to deny it. You're right about that. I'm still investigating the possibility of unknown drugs or poison that somehow caused these oddities. but I'd be a fool not to go after my hunches and look into all possibilities. What about robbery? It's ruled out. No fingerprints, no evidence of breaking in, nothing had been stolen. And motives? Revenge? We're still interviewing the city elites, looking for the possible motives. But it takes time. You know how it is. Yes, of course, they're very busy. Speaking of city elites, I know people who can be very helpful in getting some inside information. His expression turned sour at full tilt. Who? That man? I said people, but yes, that man would be particularly helpful in this manner. He scoffs brazenly and doesn't even try to hide it. Ooh, do we have some jealousy? Even at the first meeting with Mr. Hinkle, there was something I can say this word. There was some inexplicable. There was some tension. My mouth is not forming around that word today. Tension between the two. Theo said something about Mr. Hinkle feeling off and always hated it when I had something to do with him. I thought it might just be jealousy in disguise. You know, I'm right. Even if he's barely in the newspaper, he's most likely at the pinnacle of high society. And I don't think he'll mind if I ask him a few things about this. Why, of course. He's always got a soft spot for you. Hell, he's probably carrying a torch for you for a long time, judging by the way he follows you everywhere. Well, he happened to be interested in Faeology and has a lot of money to allow its development. Look at you, all ready to defend him. What are you two, an item now? I might have steered this reunion right back to where we were months ago by bringing up Mr. Hinkle, but it was unnecessary to mention him. I don't know anybody else who would have had that much information about high society. Besides, there has never really been anything, even if we did go to fundraising events together from time to time. It was strictly business. Yet again, Theo seems to lose his reason whenever we talk about Mr. Hinkle. I don't have the time or energy to argue with him. What should I do? See, these both sound like the same answer, trying to make him see reason and explaining the truth, but I think making him see reason is more like, look, he's got the connections, and he's the one I have connections to, this is how I can help. So, I feel like if we try to explain the truth of the relationship with him, he's still gonna dig his heels. He is giving off jealous. He's gonna still dig in his heels on this and be kind of a dick. So let's try to see if we can make him see reason. Does it matter? You came here despite everything. You knew you've got to do whatever it takes to solve this case. So do it. He's taken aback by what I said and plunges into his own thoughts. I swear, one of these days you'll be the end of me. Fine. Just make sure he can keep it under his hat. I sigh in relief. I will. While we're on the subject of useful allies, you mentioned before about blood that doesn't contain iron. I can take the blood samples to the university chemist. She's good at what she does. And she's from a rich family. She might know some of the victims, or their families at least. I'll trust your judgment. I take it this is you agreeing to help with the case? That's right. There are lives at stake. He let out a soft sigh as though in quiet agreement with what I said. Thank you. Well, if you think it'll be helpful, you can even ask these people you mentioned what they know using the evidence items. But the case files are for your eyes only. Understood? He has fallen silent somehow, leaving an uncomfortable hush in the air once more. Suddenly, a realization comes to mind. Does this mean you'd be willing to hear about fairies? About Faeology? That depends. If this was indeed fairy doings, and if, through your investigation, you can provide solid theories on 3 things. The culprit, their methods of murder, and their motives. Supported by evidence, of course. I'm sticking with the idea that there's a logical explanation, an earthly one, for now. Fair enough. I'd wager that we have approximately 24 hours to get some sort of answer. An answer that makes sense. I can feel the papers are close to getting the story. While you're investigating this lead, I'll look further into unusual drugs and poisons. How about it, Faeologist? Do you dare to take on this challenge? Do I? Bring it on, detective. This brings a grin to his almost consistent brooding expression. Good. If you need anything from me, just ring me. Aye, sir. But you need to promise me that you'll not just hear me out, but also keep an open mind on fairy topics if I succeed in what you asked. I promise. But I can't promise not to scoff from time to time. That's good enough. I ought to get going. Maybe this will be an opportunity for you to increase Faeology's credibility in the eyes of the academics. Maybe. Seems like some detective has been following the tiny part of Faeology in the newspaper. Says you. The one who had to stop the daily paper subscription just because some detective kept getting the headlines. Ooh, how did he know? Is he okay, see, that's giving stalker vibes. That's giving, like, he's been keeping tabs on us vibes. Good sir. How do you... Before I could finish, he had walked towards the door and opened it. See you tomorrow around the same time. This man. Okay. I hear the door closed. Hey! I exclaimed with a hint of frustration. After some thought, I realized he must have noticed the missing paper on my desk and my assistant's. Reading papers was part of my daily routine when we were together. I can only shake my head in disbelief. He hasn't changed much either. As I'm reminiscing about a few moments of our past relationship, Oz reveals himself again, now that we're all... Oof. Now that we're all alone. That was quite the reunion. It was quite the reunion indeed. He hasn't changed at all, has he? I suppose. Although you don't have an obligation to help him. I know. But I've already agreed. Very well, just don't overwork yourself. Yeah, thanks, Oz. I find myself slowly drifting into thoughts. A victim's manner of death, hardening into bony tissue. It could be one of the fairy's curses, ossification. If only I could ask Oz whether a fairy was behind this and which one, but it's not that simple. Even if they are my long-time companion, fairies have their own rules about exchanging favors, and they are secretive about their land, too. A favor like that doesn't come cheap. At least I'm stocked up on milk and honey for small requests. Speaking of requests, I should get started on a reply to my patron's letter. For some reason, he seemed more insistent this time that I come with him to the gala. I retrieve a paper and pen, and I mumble to myself as I write. Dear Mr. Henkel, I hope your recent forays into high society have proven more fruitful than they have in... Should I be hyperbolic? Yes. More fruitful than they have been in the centuries you've been roaming amongst their lavish ranks. Believe it or not, I've been considering whether the merits of trying to impress the wealthiest folk of the city outweigh the obvious indignities. You first brought up the possibility of my accompanying you to the annual Leo's Gala a couple months ago, and I'm still weighing my options. How do I want to play this? Boy. You shall know my answer indefinitely if you find me on your arm on the evening of the event. About Ruthie, I can't say I'm surprised to hear about her latest flirtations with disaster. Since we were both toddlers, she's frequently found herself in trouble. Her fiery personality certainly doesn't help her get out of quarrels. I would love to telephone her and ask how she's doing, but we drifted apart a long time ago. Nevertheless, I'm glad to hear that Theo was there to smooth things over for her. I've now arrived at the topic of Theo, or rather Detective Kraus, as my patron refers. I suppose his query was meant to uncover whether I still care for Theo. How should I answer? As for Theo, I've long stopped dwelling on him. I've thought of him and I as a relic of the past, and I feel no regret in having ended it when I did. Upon signing off, I seal the letter with wax, then turn towards my trusted Fae. Oz, can I please trouble you with something? You want me to deliver this letter to your patron, don't you? Indeed, time is of the essence here. As always, please take care not to catch anybody's attention. He'll see it by tomorrow morning, I'm sure. It would be my pleasure. Thank you, Oz. I'm off. See you later today. Ooh, that's a maybe. Maybe he is. That would be interesting. That's an interesting theory there. I watch as Oz flits out my office window and vanishes. Once again, the Fae is gone, and once the Fae is gone, I call my assistant to my office. Yes, Professor? Hold on one second. I rifle through the contents of the box. Carefully, I extract the blood samples that Theo mentioned. They appear to be stored in test tubes. Would you mind asking Dr. Rayford to analyze these blood samples? I'll do that, sure. As I hand the samples to her, I notice she looks like she wants to say something. Over the 2 years we have been working together, I've picked up on a few of her tells. What is it, Minnie? How did it go with the detective? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, no, not at all. He's the same as always. There's lingering beef, of course, but we've managed to put it aside for something more important. He has brought me a rather significant case that he suspects might have some supernatural elements, as hard as it was for him to admit it. Oh, good for him. I can't help but grin at her remark. I'm glad it didn't end in a shouting match, at least. Yes, me too. I'll deliver the blood samples now, Professor. Thank you, Minnie. Minnie hurries out. I'm alone in my office again. Remembering the conversation about the case again, I'm suddenly engulfed by unexplainable, eerie feelings. Should I start my investigation right away? Right, drag and drop items from the inventory on to the desk. Select an item in the records and then press the icon to open the inspector and read insights you've gathered. Hover the magnifying glass over the evidence to access the information and see the details in it. Use blacklight to see invisible things. Read the encyclopedia to gain additional informations. Press the button to end the investigation. Okay. There we go. Name Audrey Wooldridge, age 51 years old. Manner of death, hardening into bony tissue. From afar, the corpse looks like a carved wooden statue. Time of death, 1:48 p.m. Victim profile, an affluent, middle-aged woman in the city. Police report. The victim reported hearing strange noises and seeing strange phenomenon in the days immediately preceding her death. The interviewing officer suspected, due to the victim's strange behavior, involvement in occult matters. Forensic reports. No traces of drugs or poison from what could be extracted from the body. Further autopsy is still in progress due to the victim's manner of death. Wooldridge. Well, that's a familiar name. first victim crime scene. It's the first time I've encountered something that could be ossification. I feel sick to my stomach. No one deserves to die like this. Something's odd with her fingers. So this middle-aged woman in the collared blue blouse is the victim. I guess this elderly man in the suit is her father. This elderly woman wearing the cardigan is her mother, I suppose. This bespectacled man, perhaps her brother. I don't think this picture has anything to do, because that's an older woman. So we're gonna... yeah. See a coin like this, it looks rare. Okay. Let's see, some Phaeologists have applied Darwin's theory of natural selection to Faekind by putting them in the same genealogical line as insects, especially... Oh. What is odd with her fingers? Yes. Oh, goodness. Let's see, Fae factions conflict. Blacklight. Parasitic fairies. Oh, parasitic. Okay. Parasitic fairies, fairies with limited magic, consistently need to feed off other sources of energy, mostly drained from humans, such as blood, hormones, emotions, and life force. However, the mechanism and rates at which these drainage possesses occur are greatly varied. Notable incident, Changeling. There's unconfirmed rumors that some high fae like to capture humans and bring them into the fairylands for purposes such as forced reproduction, servitude, ritualized combat for their amusement, and so on. The fairies leave changelings behind to mask their absence. A changeling is composed of several fae, typically of the parasitic type, magically transformed to look almost like an abducted human. Due to the complexity of the fae magic required to create changelings, the enchantment almost always goes awry. Anomalies among the changelings include an extra finger or extra toe. And she has an extra finger. I don't think she was fully human. Wait a minute. Hold on. cool away. Okay. Wedding ring seems to be made out of gold. Okay, and that thing is coming up in the black light as pink. So this has definitely got some sort of spell on it. Interesting. My patron invited me to this event. I'm still uncertain if I want to attend. Yeah, I think she's a changeling. Let's check out the second case. There we go. Name, Susan Moore, 40 years old. Manner of death, refusing to drink anything but her own blood. Time of death, 11:03 a.m. Victim profile, an affluent middle-aged woman in the city. Police report, the victim's mother reported the victim was suffering from a prolonged paranoid episode in the days leading to her death. Specifically, the victim was acting erratically and saying strange things. Despite the manner of death, there are no signs of dehydration or hemochromatosis, no traces of drugs or poisons. Blood type unknown, but blood-related investigations are underway. Note, blood does not contain iron. Okay, and this is Susan Moore. One, two, three, four, five, six. I'm seeing it already. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, Marshman. I was so into investigation. Thank you. Thank you. It was, my hands. I'm still feeling it. Oh, but it was a good time. It was a good time. So, Maybe I'll give it another chance at some point, but at least I had a good time and I did give it a try. It does. I found that it really put my upper arms to work too. I wasn't expecting that. Right. Back to this crime scene, because I think I've already found, like, I think all of these women were changelings of some kind that were created, and the humans that they were captured for some reason. They were left behind to mask the absence of who they were. So this seems to be the second victim's crime scene. Her complexion is not quite the pale hue of death, far paler than should be possible, almost drained of color. Something's odd with her fingers. Yes, 6 fingers again. Okay. So let's check out Edna Niblet. Name Edna Niblet, age 64 years old. Manner of death, gnawing her own fingers down to the bone. Time of death, 10:10 a.m. Victim profile, an affluent middle-aged woman in the city. Police report, a friend of the victim reported that she visited the victim's residence to drop off an invitation shortly prior to the victim's death. The friend wanted to check on the victim's well-being as she had allegedly been acting strangely at a party the night before. According to the friend, she witnessed an emotionally charged conversation between the victim and a young factory girl. However, the friend didn't think much of the interaction at the time. At the crime scene, the investigation card dropped off by the friend was seen close to the victim's corpse as it was taken in evidence. Forensic report, no trace of drugs or poison. Blood type unknown. Other blood-related investigations are underway. Note, blood does not contain iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see here. There we go. Ooh, damn. That's quite a bit of the game. I didn't know there was that many parts to it. It's the third victim's crime scene. Her fingers, I've seen corpses before, but never like this. There's another strange thing about her fingers. Yeah, she's got 6 of them. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that one looks like it has 5. But I don't know. It's hard to tell with the way it's curled up like that. Alright, now we got Mary Hatcher. Name, Mary Hatcher. Age, 19 years old. Manner of death, death from shock due to arsenic poisoning. Time of death, 6:15 p.m. Victim profile, a young factory girl. Despite not fitting the trend of the previous victim profiles, she had been preliminarily included in this case because she was having a heated conversation with the third victim shortly before that victim's death. Police report. The victim's father described her as not acting like herself in the days before she passed. Shortly before her death, the victim visited a police station. According to the interviewing officer, she seemed to be on the brink of confessing something when a look of terror suddenly crossed her face. Then she appeared to change her mind. She hurriedly left the station without saying anything further to the interviewing officer. Forensic reporter. Prior to death, the victim suffered from violent abdominal cramping followed by diarrhea and vomiting consistent with the effects of arsenic poisoning. Said traces of poison can be found in blood type A and the glass she was drinking from near the time of death. Note, the blood contains iron and other elements commonly found in human blood. Okay, she was clearly a human of some kind. Like, fourth victim crime. This is the fourth victim's crime scene. Poor girl. It's a cruel thing to see youth being stolen so abruptly. Yeah, like, there's nothing odd here. So I'm not sure what that has to do with anything. That's Woolridge. Guess this elderly man in the suit is her father. Okay. Pop that in, pop that in. So this middle-aged woman with the pearls is the victim. I guess this elderly man with the facial hair is her father. This elderly woman with the fur collar here is her mother, I suppose. The other man in the darker suit is maybe her brother. Ooh! What's happening? This texture looks interesting. Okay. Let's try that again. Wedding ring seems to be made out of gold. What if I... Anything? I can't take it out of the thing. I've seen this makeup powder somewhere before. It's from Nectar Bell. This must have belonged to one of them, but which? I wonder if the owner likes the box design and carried it around in her pocket since it's already used up. Perhaps the chemist has some interesting insight since her family owns the brand. Interesting. Okay. I think I've seen enough here. I think we can end the investigation. Hey, Papua! We're doing good today. So I think the first 3 victims are clearly changelings of some kind. I thought maybe they were connected to a parasitic fairy. They might have some connection to the scribe fairies, because scribe fairies are high fae who are capable of expressing benevolence and kindness that's similar to human kindness, and they tend to be friendlier to humans. There's favors and exchanges. The scribe magic that assists humans is contingent upon the favor that the humans deliver to them. For example, some scribe fae may use their magics to give blessing to humans who have done very special favors or boons for them, inheritable, invisible markings such as sigils or birthmarks. These blessings can last through generations. The rumored fae-touched bloodlines have become wealthy and powerful through the decades that they have been favored. However, they may also use their magic as a curse, sometimes even deadly if they feel offended or insulted. Some scribe fairies are also prone to pranks and mischief when they're bored. So... the magic that's connected to the ring and the coin were both like a purple or violet, but maybe red. I couldn't really... it's hard to tell. They were very more like pink-purple, I think. Yes! You did! You did! How did it go? How did it go, Papua? Oh no! I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, that's good. That's good. Thankfully, you can always try again. All right, so a knock on the door makes me glance up from my desk. I realize the sun has set while I've been absorbed in the investigation. Come in. My assistant enters the office. Dr. Rayford has dropped off the blood samples, and she wants to talk to you. Already? Yes, she's just out the door. I must say, I'm pleasantly surprised at her work speed. Oh, that would do it. Going a little past. I've been there before with goals of mine. I understand that, Pepua. Going slow is honestly the best way you can do just about anything. All right, send her in. Minnie nods. She returns to the reception area. Dr. Florence Rayford enters. It's only been 3 years since she's worked at this university, but has proven her reliability more often than not. Good evening, Professor. Good evening, Doctor. Rayford hands over the blood samples. She also gives me her lab report. Here you go. Thank you. So what have you found? The most peculiar thing is that there's no iron in one of the blood samples. Okay. Say, is this Fae related? Her question prompts me to ask myself, to what extent of this case can I divulge to her? Theo said that I might ask the patron or her for information using some of the evidence. Although she has knowledge of fairies and their curses, can she handle seeing crime scene photos? I return to from my thoughts. As I return from my thoughts, I notice her voice has taken on a higher pitch. This is so exciting. Are you working with the police? Does this mean we'll get better credibility in the eyes of the public? Oh my, we're going to be in the newspapers, aren't we? And not on the usual corner spots, too. Oh, I can hardly contain myself. It appears she took my silence as a guess. It's good that she's excited about the possibility of advancement for Faeology, but her cheerful disposition can sometimes be rather overstimulating. As if on cue, a knock on the door arrives to spare me. This specific sound is familiar, more familiar when my assistant knocks. Special delivery. Oh, Oscar is okay. Mr. Hinkle's hands are empty. And what, pray, might you be bringing for me? Is it you? Are you the special delivery, Mr. Hinkle? If you wish to call me special, then I certainly won't stop you. But I did bring a box of huckleberry muffins for your office. Minerva was insistently enamored by their buttery scent. She's currently feasting on them. We can only hope she'll leave a muffin apiece for the rest of us. Oh, hello there, Florence. Ooh, okay. We have some, clear animosity. Doesn't call her doctor. I didn't expect to see you in this office. Hello, Mr. Hinkle. Fancy seeing you here. Although you do have a habit of making this office your sole stop on campus. She chuckles. That's just because this is where all my money went. A well-spent investment, nonetheless. He makes a retort at Dr. Radford, but throws a subtle smile in my direction. How cheeky. So, Florence, what's been occupying your time as of late? She looks at me briefly, possibly wondering whether she should tell him about what she did for me. The usual matters, I suppose. I tried asking your father about you at the last soiree. However, he confessed he didn't have the faintest idea. You must tell me more about your chemical research one of these days. The colorful purists of the colorful pursuits of you young academics thrill me to no end. You certainly can't share. You know I can't share all that much, Mr. Henkel. Unless, of course, you find yourself in the position to become the chemistry department's benefactor. Then all their secrets are yours. A more playful giggle escapes her lips this time. I'm afraid I'm all tapped out, financially speaking. Oh, I'm not buying that. Well, that for 1 second. He's telling fibs, isn't he, Professor? Well, now, I certainly don't want to get into the middle of the money talk of the rich. I wish I had that information, Doctor. It would make proposing for research much easier, with a bit of delicate leverage, naturally. Mr. Henkel laughs in amusement. I feel I should ask the reason he's here before the conversation takes an odd turn. On another note, Mr. Henkel, did you get my letter? Is that the reason you dropped by? Upon recalling that I had asked Oz to insert the letter into his mailbox only this afternoon, I'm about to retract these questions. Unexpectedly, though, he bows his head in assent. Your words have always had this immersive impact on me. Perhaps that's why you are such an effective educator. Whenever I encounter your written language, I long to hear it spoken post-haste. Oh, he's smooth. He's smooth. Are you putting a spell on your letters by any chance? I think you're the one with all the spells, Mr. Henkel. Your muffins, for one, have always been successful in getting Minnie's guards down. Oh dear, you two are making me blush. I suppose it's time I take my leave and let you both be. I'm due somewhere shortly anyhow. Oh no, that might not be necessary. I can't stay long either. Mr. Henkel lapses into silence as he continues staring into my eyes. It's difficult to maintain eye contact with him, but even harder to look away. I wonder what I should do. I ought to discuss the case, but both of them seem to be in a hurry. Should I tell Mr. Henkel to return another day? I need to have an important conversation with Dr. Rayford right away, or should I dismiss the chemist and meet with my patron now? There are benefits to either choice. Soliciting Dr. Rayford's opinion on the case may be a good idea. She could share more insight on the chemistry side of the case. Her parents own a successful company that produces the powder makeup in the evidence. She would also know the societal happenings among the wealthy elites. On the other hand, Mr. Henkel is also a viable candidate for the interview. His connections within high society know no bounds. Everyone seems to know him one way or the other. He might know things Dr. Rayford doesn't. Since he has been funding my research for a long time, he's more familiar with varied topics. Whom should I interview? Ooh. This is a tough call. This is indeed a tough call. I mean, both are... Oh, I'm not sure. Oh my goodness! Oh wow! Hi everyone! Hi readers! Hi Len! Oh my gosh! Hello everybody! Hi! Wow, okay, I'm never expected or ready to get rated. Hi everybody, first, Len, thank you for the raid again. I do love to see that. Raiders, hello. Welcome in, to the stream. My name is Aurora Volpe. I play cozy-ish games here on stream, but I am also love to play just about anything. I just love to have a chill vibe here. Currently we are on our third game, as we are playing some demos today. The demo we are currently playing is called Death Faeeology. It is a visual novel with a supernatural noir 1920s setting where you are solving the mystery of some interesting murders that probably involve the Fae. You play as a Faeologist. Oh my goodness! Thank you for the follow, Sekamirai. And yes, oh, same. A good visual novel is always fun, and this one has been very good so far. It's got an interesting storyline. It's got really interesting characters. It has a really good like decisions. We're currently in a decision right now that we've got to make, and the full game will have romanceable characters. So I'm all about that. But yeah, feel free to hang around and hang out. We have a nice chill time here. If you like, you can also follow if you enjoy this kind of content. Yes, same here. It's going directly on my wish list when we're done here. I'm already so excited about it, Len. And Len, if you need to raid and run, stretch, get a drink, get some food, stop staring at a screen for a little bit, totally understand. But you are also, of course, welcome to hang out. And again, thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it today. Ooh. All right, so let's get to this decision. So we have to choose between Mr. Henkel, our patron, or Dr. Rayford, who is the lead chemist here at the university. Each one of them is going to give us a different option of information we can probably obtain from them. Dr. Rayford will give us information about the blood samples, but honestly, and this is me weighing my options here, the blood samples are pretty straightforward. One is obviously the blood sample where there's no iron in it. One is the blood sample that probably has the arsenic in it. One is human, one is changeling. She does know more about the makeup brand because her family owns that makeup brand, but I'm not necessarily sure how much we would be able to learn from that. Mr. Henkel, on the other hand, has got a lot of insight into the upper echelon of things. He knows... Oh, good! Enjoy dinner! Thank you! He knows high society. He has a lot of information about Fae stuff because he's into Faeology. So he might be able to confirm our thoughts here. So both of them have really, really good, options. And this definitely gives the demo some replay so that you can, see which other branches you want to take. I think for now, we're going to go... we're going to go with Mr. Henkel. I think that's which direction we're going to go now. But Miss Dr. Rayford was here first. And she too could have some information on the high society stuff. Oh, this is tough. This is a really tough choice. But this does tell me that the game already is gonna have, some good replay value. I think I said that already. So, yeah, let's go with Mr. Henkel. Mr. Henkel, would you mind staying for a while? I'd like to discuss something. Not at all. I'd be delighted. I turned back towards the chemist. Dr. Rayford, thanks again for analyzing these samples. Your assistance has been invaluable. Please don't let me keep you any longer today. You're quite welcome. I'm always happy to help. Plus, we did get a case file from her, so we can just read that stuff. After bidding Mr. Henkel a swift farewell, Dr. Rayford is out the door in no time. What do you want to talk about, my dear Faeologist? I gesture towards the large box on my desk. It's a box of evidence for multiple murder cases. Is that from Detective Krauss? It is indeed. He brought it to me this morning. You haven't seen the detective in months, have you? How did that visit go? It's nothing special. Oh, it's nothing special. There wasn't anything worth mentioning except, of course, about the top priority case I'm tasked with. I don't know why, but I have an inkling he's pleased. Was that why Dr. Rayford was here earlier? She had analyzed some biological samples? Yes, that's right. All right, tell me about this case. How can I help? After binding my patron to secrecy, I rattle off the basic facts of the homicides. I believe I might have heard a bit about this case. Not the gory details, mind you. Just little whispers here and there. Yes, I was hoping you'd be familiar with some of the parties involved. I wanted to show you something. Please, share any knowledge you might have about the evidence. Sure, I can do that. Oh. How terrible. I knew Madame Woolridge. As you undoubtedly know, her family hosts the biggest charity event every year. They tell me the fundraiser will be moving forward despite the tragedy in the family. According to my sources, she loved that event dearly and definitely would have wanted it to proceed. Did you ever know her to dabble in occult matters? Knowing this woman as I did, I doubt it. If it would help, however, I've heard several elites are members of a clandestine occult group. I only heard of the name, the Golden Dawn. Ooh, oh, okay. Oh, okay, we're bringing the Golden Dawn into this. All right. Wow. I love seeing people do their background on, like, stuff. The historic background. Hardly anyone knows about its existence then. But you do have your way of knowing, don't you? I say teasingly. He responds with a sly smirk. I do indeed. Why are you showing me this invitation? Is this your way of confirming that you'll be my date? Should I lock it down? Keep him hanging. Rather than confirming or denying anything, I simply flash an enigmatic smile. Still playing hard to get, I see. Okay. Oh, I see. This is interesting indeed. I can see why the detective came to you with this case. I'm sure Florence knows more than I do when it comes to analyzing biological samples. Okay, can I read the lab report? I can't go to the desk. That's awkward. Oh, okay, I was on the last page. Seems like this isn't really a coin, is it? My, this is very bold of you. Are you sure you want to be bound to me forever? Says you, asking that question knowing full well this ring isn't mine. He laughs wholeheartedly. So whose is it? This is more. All I can tell you is that she and her husband were always attached at the hip, 2 peas in a pod. Oh, how awful. I was familiar with Madame Moore. Through the grapevine, I heard the devastating news of her death. I often interacted with this exceptional woman and her sprightly spouse at high society events. They are both gracious individuals. Are you familiar with this girl? No, I've never seen her before. Whoever this girl is, I express my sincere condolences. Did you know this woman? I did. She was a fine, upstanding lady. She certainly didn't deserve such a gruesome ending. She was known among her peers for her rare coin collection. From what I've heard, you can see her collection displayed in every inch of her house. This is the first time Mr. Henkel and I are talking about something this gruesome, even though I've known him a long time. Yet, as he spoke his condolences while seeing the corpse's photographs, his face remained blank, as if the words never reached his expression. His eyes didn't even flinch. How odd. I wonder if this lack of empathy is just a trait of being the upper class. Oh, this is from one of that popular brand, Nectar Bell. That's the one, although that's all I know about it. This is the photograph of Mrs. Woolridge's family. All the faces here are familiar to me. I must express my deepest sympathies when I see them at the Leos Gala. Can you tell me more about the people in this picture? The Woolridges are perhaps one of the most prominent and powerful families in the city. The victim's father was running to be the richest in the world until he decided to devote much of his wealth to lavish charitable endeavors. This elderly woman is the victim's stepmother, a beautiful socialite for whom the victim's father divorced her biological mother. This younger man is the victim's stepbrother. Okay. This is a photograph of Miss Moore and her family. What can you tell me about the people in this picture? I believe this elderly couple is her adoptive parents. I never really talked to them, but I hear they're kind, wonderful people. Biologically, Madame Moore was born as a so-called miracle baby to wealthy parents of an advanced age. That when they passed, she had no other family members by blood. Thus, she was adopted by a middle-class couple who were trusted employees of her biological parents, or so I've heard. Upon coming of age, she received her sizable inheritance and wed a recently rich entrepreneur of humble origins. This is her widower in the photograph. He's said to be extremely close to his parent-in-laws. I'm still going the chain. There's changelings involved here. There was definitely some kind of like deal made, like Miracle Baby. Miracle Baby sounds like somebody made a deal for a changeling, a child, like made a deal with a fae for like, hey, we want a baby, and they were like, okay. Payment came due. I don't know. It's a lot here. I have no further questions. I believe I have enough information for now. Already? Yes, Mr. Henkel. Earlier you mentioned you had a prior arrangement, so I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your time. You've been incredibly helpful. I'm delighted I could be of assistance. Reach out to me if you need anything else. I'll see you soon, yes? I give him a brief nod. Mr. Henkel then leaves my office. I'm alone again, but not for long. My assistant pops into the office. Professor, I'm heading home soon. Is there anything else I can do to help? No, I'll be perfectly fine. I think I'll stay and work for a bit longer. Okay, see you tomorrow, Professor. Have a safe trip home. Upon wishing me the same, Minnie leaves. Okay. I have some time until I have to wrap up my workday and head home from the office. So I want to grab is this. Alright, this is Doctor's lab report on the blood samples. The content is quite similar to the forensic report. While elements similarly found in human blood, such as phosphorus, carbohydrates, and some proteins, are found in the third victim's blood, it doesn't contain iron. Moreover, the amount of phosphorus found is in higher percentages than in human blood, making it possible for this to be the blood of a fairy. The fourth victim's blood appears to be normal human blood with iron present. Traces of arsenic are also found. Although there is some new information, I had expected the report to be more detailed. Then again, I did ask her to finish it as soon as possible, and she delivered. So, just pulling out the Fae Encyclopedia again. Just going through this to see. Okay, so the ossification can be done by high phase. It's rare, such as stone or bone. feel like this might have been some sort of situation with a quarrel of something. Yeah. Mr. Henkel mentioned about Golden Dawn. I should tell Theo about this. Texture looks interesting. I'll get out the black light again. Yeah, something's up with this ring. It won't proc or trigger anything. It's not as much as the coin. Miss Moore and her husband seemed like delightful individuals. It seems the coin and the evidence is hers. Mr. Henkel didn't know her at all. The man in the darker suit seems to be the husband of the victim. The woman with pearls is supposedly close to his in-laws. That means the other two are the victim's adoptive parents. Sort of getting everything in here that I can. So this middle-aged woman in the collared blouse and the elderly man in the suit are father and daughter related by blood. And the other two are the stepmother and stepbrother. Not sure what else I got here. Yeah, this is just the same I read before. What else could I be looking for here? You know what? I haven't looked at the blood under the black. That's so cool. Oh, that's interesting. Wait a minute. Let's get out the other blood sample. Well, that's interesting with the blood sample. This is a mix of warrior blood, because they said the warrior stuff would be red, and the parasitic stuff was like a purple. And this doesn't glow at all under the black light. So that's interesting. Oh, okay. Beneath the black light, the blood samples has mostly violet and red traces of magic. No notes from there. This golden coin was found in the third victim's pocket beneath the black light. The coin has mostly violet and some red traces of magic. A wedding ring from the second victim. Beneath the black light, the ring has mostly violet and some traces of red magic. My source mentioned a notable closeness between the second victim and her husband. Okay, yeah. I think we found everything here, so I think we can end investigation. It's the next afternoon. I should be grading assignments, or reviewing the lecture I'm going to deliver come Monday, or do anything productive in the realm of professorial duties. Instead, I find my attention straying more and more towards the office door. I voice my frustration to good old Oz. Theo will probably arrive at any moment. I can't stop wondering whether my explanation will be enough for him. In the past, no sort of explanation ever seemed to please him when it came to fairies. And why should it do so now? My voice cracks with concern. This time he came to you bearing in mind the possibility of fairy involvement. He'd be a fool if he discredits you so soon. My fairy companion, chirping, becomes increasingly stern this time. But you need to get yourself together. You must made steadfast and strong when facing the detective. Don't permit your voice to falter when presenting your findings. I know I can't let myself unravel at this point. It's just that he's never solicited my opinion quite in this manner. A professional insight, no less. All the more reason to be as calm as you can be. Maintaining your composure is essential to delivering a persuasive argument. But no matter what happens, at least you know you tried. At the end of the day, he's the one who needs to solve this case. You're right, of course you are. I'm not a detective, I'm simply a professor sharing my perspective. Thank you, Oz, for always talking me off the ledge. Just then, somebody knocks on the door. That's my cue to sail past your window ledge. Best of luck. I whisper a hurried goodbye to my fairy friend. I'll see you tonight, Oz. Once Oz has flown out, I direct my attention toward the door. Come in. My assistant marches in. Professor, you have a visitor. The detective? Minnie nods. All right, send him in. Minnie nods once again and walks out of the room. Theo paces around a little bit after strolling in. He appears quite distracted. He finally stops and opens his mouth. So, what have you learned? I take a deep breath. Here it goes. I have to present my findings to perhaps the most sought-after detective in the police force. Theo investigates cases right where the crime scenes unfolded. He's agonizing familiar with the grit and the grime of the city's darkest recesses. Meanwhile, as a professor, my expertise primarily revolves around the nebulous, the theoretical. I must do my best to stay calm and collected, just as Oz suggested. I've read the case files. Victims' odd behaviors shortly before death could be due to hypnotic spells from fairies. The fourth victim went into the police station, but before she said anything, it seemed she saw something that scared her away. What if she saw something not human? And the manner of death? He interrupts me before I can finish. I've no time for assumptions. The papers telephoned our department this morning and said they found out about some of these deaths. Ah, so that's why he looks so agitated. The chief is preparing a statement for tomorrow regarding this, so I'll just cut to the chase. Is there fairy involvement? Yes, I'm certain of it. I can tell his interest is piqued. However, I'd like to first lay out the basics since I'm pretty sure you've discarded the things I've told you in the past. He grumbles as if in admission of my statement. So far, we've identified 3 classes of fairies: warriors, scribes, and parasitic fae. Warriors have strong offensive magic, scribes' magic tends to be defensive, and parasitic magic is, well, parasitic. We Faeologists have developed a tool called Blacklight to detect traces of Fae magic. It can even be detected through photographs if the magic is especially strong. Oh shit. I didn't realize that. I must have missed that in the reading and didn't do it on the photographs. Oops. Warrior magic glows red, scribe magic blue, and parasitic magic shines purple. We found that these seemingly fairies of one specific class are behind this. Which one? Damn it. I don't think I messed up. I see here that I messed up. And I didn't think about the photographs, and I should have probably looked over them. Oh, okay. We saw more purple than red. So I'm gonna say parasitic fae. They're of the parasitic class. What's the evidence? How does this prove parasitic involvement? I invite Theo to see the textured coin under the black light. The texture is of fae, and as you see, it glows under the black light. I can see purple traces, but what about this red glow? I'll have to think about this once again. You're right, it seems I've missed it. What else have you got? You see, it glows under the black light. I can see purple traces, but what about this red glow? I'm taking a moment to collect my thoughts. You're right, I must have missed it. That's not a long sigh. Oh, we've messed up. We've messed up. Oh, damn it. I swallow a lump rising in my throat. Clearly, you haven't been thorough in your investigation. I have not, Theo. Either you're missing something important or you just didn't take this as seriously as I thought. But I do take it seriously. If I could just reinvestigate, it's hard to get any sentences out of my mouth. No words of mine could ease the way he sees me now. It doesn't matter. We're running out of time. I couldn't find proof of it being unusual drugs or poison either. Even the most atypical drugs don't cause this kind of bizarre hallucinations. No poison could turn the whole body into hardened bones. His eyes narrow on me, full of quiet accusations. Honestly, I can't believe this. You dedicated many, many years to the study of forensic faeology. Hey, I'm new. Technically. This is all you have to show for it. What are you? I know you're clever, capable, competent, but you ought to consider changing your field. You're not cut out for forensics. I feel like I'm starting to see red. I can't believe he's bringing up my very profession this way. I know I messed up, but you just crossed a goddamn line. He knows I tried my best, given the limited time, but he just keeps hammering away. It hits me all over again, how easy it is for him to make me feel really small. I'm just laying down the facts, he says so nonchalantly, as if he doesn't see the effects of his opinion on me. I can't do this anymore. My anger is beyond containment. I never want to see you again. Get out. Fine by me. I don't plan on ever coming back to this office anyhow. Oof, we messed up. Upon picking up the box of evidence, Theo turns to leave. Don't let the door hit you on your way out. He slams it. Ooh. I find myself striding restlessly in my room, seething with frustration. Perhaps this is for the best. After all, there's a reason I walked away, and it's all coming back to me. As I was steadying my breaths to calm down, I realized something. I haven't explained Dr. Redding's findings on the blood sample, how it could be fairy blood, the significance of the scribe sigils on prominent families. Even more, Mr. Hinkle gave me top-secret information on a clandestine occult group in the upper class. I didn't have the chance to tell him all that. Well, so be it. I'm not going to write him or telephone him. Perhaps I'll just write an anonymous letter to the homicide department. But first, I ought to finish grading the assignments that I neglected yesterday. It's been an hour and a half since I forced myself to get back to work, yet my anger hasn't subsided. Then it strikes me. I'm no more angry at Theo than I am at myself. How did I fail this? Why wasn't I thorough enough? Still, that doesn't give him the right to talk to me like that. I bury my face in my hands as I've realized that I've merely been spinning in circles. Professor, is this a bad time? I look up at her in shock. When did she get in? I knocked, then waited for a minute. Then it occurred to me that perhaps she didn't hear me. Oh, sorry. My mind is more than a little preoccupied. The detective had an intensely brooding expression when he left. I figured that meeting didn't go well. You have a visitor waiting at the reception area. It's Mr. Hinkle, isn't it? I meant to meet him today. I nearly forgot. I can tell him to come back another day. No, I do want to see him. He might be the only person on Earth who can make me feel better right now. I'll send him in right away. My patron is beaming when he strides in, but one look at my face is all it takes for the smile to slip away. Whatever is the matter? You look like someone died. Is it because of It's because of Detective Krauss, isn't it? I can sulk another time. We should get going, shouldn't we? I did agree to accompany you to the Leo Scala. It can wait, my dear. Everything can wait. My priority now and always will be is ensuring that you're okay. Just a tiny bit of coaxing from my patron, I divulge all that transpired. I reveal what Theo said to me and how small it made me feel. I'm devastated to hear about it all. If I could curse the detective to the depths of hell for insulting you as he did, I would have done so already. Perhaps when we next cross paths, I can hook his ankle with my cane. Then we can watch him together as he topples down 4 flights of stairs. Accidentally, of course. I can't help but let out a chuckle. I know he's only joking, and yet it has triumphantly alleviated my frustration. In the end, Theo would still find out that you did it, Mr. Henkel. I don't want you to go to jail. Truth be told, he wasn't wrong about everything. I haven't been thorough enough. I'm finding it hard not to be disappointed in myself. My patron smiles at me. Don't be, dearest. Sometimes things don't work out as intended. Not every mystery is destined to be solved. Oh, there are multiple endings. There are multiple endings in the demo. Ah, oh no. Oh, oh man. That was so good. Even just clearly messing up the way I did. Like I didn't realize the thing with the black light and the pictures. That was on me. But even then, like, oh man. This is good. This is really good. I am absolutely wishlisting this and will be grabbing it when it comes out. I know there's not a I don't think there's a what's the word? Release date yet? I don't think there is. I'm gonna just double check. No, it hasn't been announced yet, but it's going on my wish list like right this moment. Oh my goodness. This is really good. Oh, I'm gonna have to play this more, probably off stream, to check it out. I guess we could. I've only got like a half hour left. I've really only got 20 minutes left, and I don't want to like get into it and then not be able to finish it again. Yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Oh goodness, but we are gonna have to. You know what? I'll make this promise. When that game comes out, we are gonna play it on stream. We are definitely going to play it on stream. We are going to have to try and get as many of the endings as we can when it happens, because that was too much fun. That was way too much fun, and I definitely want to see more of that game. So when that game comes out, that is what we will be doing. So you know what? We'll call things early tonight. Just a little early. But I had a lot of fun today. White Knuckle was intense. Uh, Little Corners was just a nice chill breath of fresh air after such intense moments. And Death and Phaeology, I I'm intrigued. I want more of this story. So I will go ahead and post these in the Discord for people to check out. And really quickly, we'll post the link to my Discord if anybody wants to join. It's a pretty quiet and chill server. but you know, we have a nice time there. There is the link to the Discord if you would like to join. And if you don't see the chat, you can always there's always a link in my about page as well. Again, if you've enjoyed the stream today, please go ahead and give me a follow. I would always appreciate that. And it allows you to know when I'm streaming next, which will be on Saturday. Saturday, I will be streaming Stardew Valley. We are almost done with the community center, so I'm excited to finish that part of the game. We've still got a lot to do. We've got to go exploring the desert. Ginger Island will be eventually something I open up. Mastering stuff. Like, we've got a lot more of the game to play. Now, I also wanted to let you guys know that Friday I will be recording a podcast with the Sakura Squad. We are going to be hearing Am I the Asshole stories from Reddit. No, we don't know what we're going to be hearing. Somebody else is picking them out. But we'll be listening to those stories and discussing them. That'll be Friday. I'm not sure if that's going to be live streamed or recorded yet. I will give updates as I can. And next weekend, speaking of the Sakura Squad, next weekend I will get to play Among Us with the Sakura Squad for the first time. So I'm excited for that. We'll be doing a little Stardew to start out with in the afternoon, and then we'll be moving on to Among Us later with the squad. So yeah, we've got a lot coming up, and I'm really excited to share it with all of you. For now, we are going to go and share the raid. We're going to go raid someone. Let's see who we've got going on. Oh, okay. Speaking of Sakura Squad members, one of them is on, and we'll go raid her. It is Bunny PNG. She's real sweet. I really like her. So yeah, let's go raid them. Again, thank you guys for coming and hanging out and checking out these demos with me today. I really do appreciate it. We'll be back next week. Oh, I should have mentioned that. We'll be back next week, not with a demo, but with our first retro day. We'll be playing Yoshi's Island. So I'm really excited to get started with that one. All right, I will see you guys on Saturday when we will be at the farm. I hope you guys have a great rest of your afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are. Bye, guys.
Fuck it. Thank you so much for the raid, Aurora. Ooh, okay. Dragon Age Belguard. Alright, alright. If you need a raid